Hi, welcome back to this channel. Today, we're diving into another English lesson to help you sound more natural and confident. For now, the phrase we're going to learn is in over your head. It means being in a situation that is too difficult or overwhelming for you to handle. Now, let's take a look at an example conversation to see how this phrase is used in real life.
I heard you signed up for the advanced coding bootcamp. How's it going?
Honestly, I think I'm in over my head with it.
What do you mean? I thought you were already good with programming.
I am, but this is on a whole different level. They're diving straight into AI and machine learning algorithms.
That does sound intense. Didn't they have prerequisites?
Yeah, but I thought I could catch up quickly. Turns out, I underestimated how much I didn't know.
So, what are you doing about it? Have you considered asking for extra help?
I tried asking the instructor, but even the explanations go over my head sometimes.
Maybe it's time to step back and review the basics. There's no shame in that.
I thought about it, but I don't want to fall behind the group.
You'd fall behind more if you keep struggling without understanding the foundations.
That's true. It just feels like admitting defeat.
Not at all. It's smart. Recognizing when you're in over your head is the first step to getting better.
I guess you're right. Maybe I'll set aside some time to revisit the basics this weekend.
Good idea. And don't be afraid to ask your peers for tips. They might have tricks that work for them.
I haven't thought about that. I'll give it a shot. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. You've got this. Everyone hits a wall sometimes. It's how you handle it that matters.
I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully, I'll feel less overwhelmed soon.
You will. Just take it one step at a time.
Thanks. I feel better just talking about it.
Anytime. Keep me updated on your progress.
Next, we will learn another phrase, which is, get to grips with. This phrase means to begin to understand or deal with something that is challenging or unfamiliar. Let's take a look at an example of how it can be used in a conversation.
I really need to get to grips with budgeting. My expenses are all over the place lately.
I hear you. It's not easy keeping track of everything, especially with prices going up.
Exactly. I've tried using apps, but I just can't seem to stick with them.
Maybe start simple. List your income and the must-pay bills, then work from there.
That's a good idea. I think I've been overcomplicating it.
A lot of people do. Budgeting doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent.
True, but it's hard to break bad habits. I keep spending on things I don't really need.
We all do sometimes. Maybe set aside a small fun fund, so you don't feel deprived.
That could work. It might help me focus on saving in other areas.
Exactly. Plus, once you get to grips with the basics, it becomes second nature.
I hope so. I'm tired of feeling stressed every time I check my bank account.
You'll get there. Just take it one step at a time. Start with tracking your expenses.
That's the part I've been avoiding, but I guess it's necessary.
It is. Once you see where your money's going, you'll know where to adjust.
I'm going to try that tonight. Any tips on staying motivated?
Set small goals, like saving for something you really want, instead of cutting everything out.
I like that. It feels more manageable than trying to save a huge amount right away.
Exactly. Progress adds up over time, and celebrate the wins, even the small ones.
Thanks, I feel a bit more confident about tackling this now.
You've got this. Once you get to grips with it, you'll wonder why you waited so long.
Next, we're going to learn the phrase in the interim, which means in the meantime, or during a temporary period while waiting for something else to happen. Now, let's look at an example conversation that uses in the interim in context.
The house renovation will take at least 6 months. What should we do in the interim?
I was thinking we could rent a small apartment nearby. It'd be more convenient than staying with my parents.
That's a good idea. I love your parents, but I need my own space to unwind after work.
Exactly. Plus, this way we can keep an eye on the progress without a long commute.
True. In the interim, we could also start planning the interior design, so we're ready once the construction is done.
Good point. Have you decided on the color scheme for the living room yet?
Not entirely, but I'm leaning towards earthy tones. What about you?
I like that idea. In the interim, we could visit some furniture stores and get inspiration.
Yes, and maybe we could find some good deals on items we'll need later.
Absolutely. By the way, have you thought about where we'll store all our furniture during the renovation?
I have. I found a storage facility nearby that offers short-term rentals. In the interim, we could move everything there.
Perfect. That'll keep everything safe and out of the way.
Also, in the interim, maybe we can declutter. There are so many things we don't use anymore.
Great idea. We could donate or sell some of the stuff. Less to move and more space for new items.
Exactly. It'll feel like a fresh start once the house is ready.
I can't wait. But for now, let's focus on making the interim period as smooth as possible.
Agreed. It's only temporary, but I want it to be as comfortable as it can be.
Same here. Let's start looking for apartments this weekend.
Sounds good. And in the interim, I'll start packing up non-essential items.
Great. Let's divide and conquer to get everything done on time. On this occasion, we're exploring the phrase "heart skips a beat," which means experiencing a sudden rush of excitement, nervousness, or emotion, often in a romantic sense. Let's dive into the following conversation.
You know, every time I see him, my heart skips a beat.
Really? Is it that obvious you like him?
I try to hide it, but he has this smile that just gets me every time.
Oh, come on. Do you really like him that much?
I can't help it. Every time he smiles at me, it's like time stands still.
Sounds serious. Have you talked to him yet?
Not really. I get so nervous that my words just jumble up.
You have to say something. He might feel the same way.
I don't know. What if he does not? The thought makes my heart skip a beat in a bad way.
You won't know unless you try. Just start with something casual.
You're right. Maybe I'll say hi the next time I see him.
There you go. Who knows, it might be the start of something amazing.
Thank you for joining today's English lesson. I hope you found it helpful and learned something new. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to use these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more lessons like this. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, like and comment. Thank you.